Okay, man, are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go. Now, come on, now crank this motherfucker up.
Break it down like this.
Hello, Internet. Gino, that Pinguino Greco here again with another episode of Deep Listens. And today we have traveled to a distant planet full of zoo. That's correct. We played Planet Zoo. It's another simulator tycoon style game, though this one's from the makers of Roller Coaster and Zoo Tycoon, not those limey Brits over at the 2 Point Museum Company, 2 Point Company. Joining me, as always, to discuss all things video games, one Pete Busby. How you doing, Pete?
I'm doing well. Got lots to talk about with this one. But before that, fun fact. I'm going to start my fun fact with a quiz.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Do y'all know what we call the flat map that we all use and are used to?
Is this the
projection?
Yep. You're like
answer projection?
Close. The Mercator projection.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Nice.
Shit.
So the Mercator projection is a way to turn, a globe, the sphere we all live on, into a flat map, and it's mostly been popularized due to its ease of navigation. It represents important things as straight lines. But as a result of that, it ends up distorting the size of countries a whole big bunch, especially those at the northern latitudes. Now, some of y'all may have known this already. I certainly sort of intellectually knew it. But I recently saw a representation of this. First off, Russia gets a whole lot smaller. But Greenland, which looks bigger than Africa on the Mercator projection, is actually about the size of Mexico. Like if you swapped their places, Mexico would be bigger than Greenland on the Mercator projection. And I don't think I ever realized just how much it distorts it.
Would you say, I mean, hypothetically, if some sort of goober had only ever seen the Mercator projection and had never, just had like the intellectual curiosity of like a lemming and just didn't think about it, like they might think that Greenland's this huge kind of important country as a result of the Mercator projection?
I'm glad you brought that up. That exact hypothetical, somebody else was exploring it, which led me to this projection that, said, hey, look, if you were such a dumb uber idiot, here's the actual size of things.
Okay. So it could trick the small-minded, the weak-brained.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Have you been putting a lot of thought into Greenland lately for some reason?
Did you know Greenland's actually the icy one and Iceland is the green one?
What?
Wild.
That's what? Well, that other voice who just blew my mind about the green and the ice and all of this
was Pete. I didn't say it.
Well, we were all involved.
Okay.
I
was also present.
You were also present. Game Maker M, the mistress of games, M Paladino. How you doing, M?
Hello. Happy to be here talking about a game I picked sight unseen. And maybe I paid a price for that. But we'll see. As always, I'm going to do my usual introduction.
You do it every time.
That I do every single time. And someday this will be true. I am Game Maker M on all of the internet. You can find games that I've made on itch.io at GameMakerM, the letter M. You also, very soon, might find a book on there. Because I decided to split up the book that I was working on into 3 smaller projects. So the first act will be available probably around the beginning of February, I'm going to say. So if you want to read that, you can, but you cannot judge me for the content.
Wait, why couldn't anyone judge you for the content?
No, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah, if you know me in real life, don't read it. It is in the It's based on someone else's work. They allow you to market your fan fiction of it. So it is a entry in the Gunmetal Olympus series, which is a mecha take on Greek mythology. And what if the story of Hades and Persephone had giant robots?
Sure.
And I have spun it off, and I'm doing a slightly different approach to another mythological story. So if that interests you, check it out. Game Maker M. Yippee, I got my plug-in.
Nice.
Yay! Way to go.
Yay. And yeah, when that book actually drops, I'll tell you. Because I won't shut up about it.
Good. Good. We can have the account, the Deep Listens account, repost it.
Mm,
Speaking of
Actually use that thing.
seamless transition to the plugs, reminder, you can get in touch with this show at deeplistenspodcast at gmail.com. You can find the show, deeplistens.libsyn.com. That's where we host it. We've got comment sections there. You can support the show on patreon.com/deeplistens, which would get you access at the $1 tier to our Discord. At the $3 tier, it would get you access to the OG Soncast, our anime podcast, which, Pete, what is next? It's not Excel
Samurai-
Saga anymore.
Nope, Samurai Champloo, baby. All bangers.
Oh yeah, Samurai Champloo, a much beloved show that people have actually heard of, I think.
Boy, howdy.
Which is not always how this goes.
Very rarely. About once every 3 episodes is how it goes, if I could guess.
Yeah, something like that. So check that out for sure. And you can follow this show, Deep Listens Podcast.bluesky.social, where I guess we'll be reposting whatever smut M has written.
Hey. All right, yeah, you're right.
Okay, excellent. As long as, I'm just saying, when you see know what's being reposted when it gets reposted. All right, before we get into Planet Zoo, let's check in on the Discord.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
I was gonna
perhaps the Discord report?
The Discord report. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. This week on the Discord, Pete, did you have something before I get
did.
to the thing I actually have?
Yeah, I have
Go
a
for it.
question mostly. So I think
Yes.
it's fair to say I might not be as active as some on the Discord. And I remember Gino posting something that came across my notification somehow about a game where skinny characters got more choices in the customization menu. And somehow in my mind, I thought he was talking about Planet Zoo. And I was like, wait, how does this relate
He
to
is.
my zoo animals? And I couldn't figure out where it was.
You didn't do the character creation at the beginning of this game?
Oh,
Yeah.
I just sort of like defaulted. I didn't even go through the
Oh.
menus. Is that where it was?
Yeah,
Yes.
so if you go into Planet Zoo, and we'll go over this when we talk about Planet Zoo some more, but yeah, if you pick a female character and then there's 2 body sizes for both adults and children, there are just straight up fewer hair and outfit styles if
Right.
you pick a heavy set character instead of a skinny character.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I just picked a dude and was like, default guy, fun with it. Should have
I didn't
explored
even
more.
check the guys. Yes, but that was posted on the Discord. The other things that are on the Discord, we started our fantasy league. The Fantasy Critic League that we did last year. We are doing another one, and we did the draft on Saturday while I was at work. So everyone got to pick their first 5 games.
And one counter pick.
Yes, and one counter pick.
Do we want to give a brief rules rundown for people interested in following along?
Sure.
Sure.
So the way that this works is we are all playing the role of game publishers. So you look at the announced games for the year. You can pick in the draft. You draft those games in round style, and then throughout the year, you can bid on games as they get announced, as they get release dates, and fill out your roster of games. We have it set up where you have looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 slots for regular games. So games in franchises, games, sequels, any sort of thing. We have 3 games that specifically have to be new gaming franchises. So the regular slots can be anything. New game franchise has to be a brand new thing. We have a flex slot, which can cover anything: expansion packs, remakes, remasters, director's cuts, free to play, like almost anything can fit in there. And you have counter picks. The way that points are scored is the difference between a game's actual Metacritic reviews and 70. So 70, everyone has acknowledged that 70 is the bar for mediocre. So any points above a 70 show up as your score. Any points below a 70 are negative. So if you pick a truly heinous game, you could probably lose just outright if you got like a negative 40 or something. That's where counter picks come in. You can counter pick other people's games, basically saying, I don't think that game's going to come out, or I don't think that game is going to be good. If that game comes out and is good, you get negative points for every point above 70 that game got. But if it's bad, you get positive points. Or if it just doesn't come out, you get 0 points, which is better than losing points if it's a good game. So counter picks are mostly a matter of betting against games that you don't think will be good, or just saying, hey, I don't think Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out this year. I pick Grand Theft Auto 6. Right.
Yeah.
So the way that this will resolve is at the end of the year, everyone's games will have come out or not, and then all of the fantasy points will be totaled together, and the winner gets to pick a game for this show.
Nice.
Yippee.
Em, how did you feel about your roster?
So let's see. I'll go down my list really quick. I was the first draft. I was the first seed, I guess. And so I got to pick first, and I missed the first game pick because I was trying to log in on my phone at work. So I ended up with Resident Evil Requiem, which is probably going to be pretty good, and I probably would have picked anyway. I also got Phantom Blade Zero, which is a game I know almost nothing about, but looked interesting.
Great title.
Yeah. Super Meat Boy 3D, which could come out and it probably won't be worth a lot of points, but maybe it won't hurt me too bad if it doesn't, or if it is bad, which it probably won't be. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. Who knows if that's coming out? It says it's going to be out in the spring. And then I used $1 because you have $100 to bid on other games. And I picked up Arknight's Enfield, which is going to release at the end of this month. So maybe that'll get me some points right off the bat.
That's a fake game name.
It is the open world RPG spin-off of Arknights, which is a gotcha that you can play on your phone or tablet.
Oh, okay.
But I played it when it was, pretty okay, and I think it's gonna score well. So we'll see. I also have in my flex slot, which can be used for stuff like expansion packs, Hollow Knight, Silk Song, Sea of Sorrow, which is tenuous at best because Hollow Knight Silk Song came out after 10 years of
10
development.
years.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be a problem, but we'll see. And then in my counter pick, I counterpicked Control Resident, which I don't think is coming out this year. And that was ZP's pick. So I'm now in a fight with ZP. If this game comes out, ZP gets the points. If it does not, or if it's bad, which it probably won't be, I will get the points.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Gino,
I
how
went
many
with-
Final
go ahead.
Fantasy remakes did you pick?
I picked none because there's
Ooh.
none in the hopper right now
Gotcha.
to be picked. I had the second pick because I did terribly last year, or terribly enough to get a high seed in the lottery. I picked Saros with my first pick, which is a new PlayStation game starring I believe Rahul Kohli is his name. He's in Haunting of Bly Manor. Plays Owen, the chef.
Oh yeah.
He's also in Midnight Mass and the other one, All the House of
I know
Usher.
of him as the voice of the Space Marine in Space Marine.
Yep.
40K.
That
Got a good
also
buddy.
that. So I went with that as I figured a new game franchise first pick. That'll fill a nice spot that otherwise might not be. I picked Yakuza Kiwami 3. It's a remake of Yakuza 3. That seemed good. I picked Cairn, which is a climbing game that seemed kind of QWOP-esque. Seemed like it was kind of like baby steps, but climbing. And people review those games well, regardless of how fun they are to play. So it seems safe.
Mhm.
Pete, were you saying something?
Oh yeah, they're not fun to play.
They're
We all
not. Yeah,
put
but
the
they review
regardless,
high. Anyway,
People like them though.
people like them because they believe that those games that don't play well are actually critiques of the human condition, and so they just get at least like an 80 a lot of the time. I picked Coffee Talk Tokyo, a sequel to Coffee Talk, which we've covered on this show, and I remembered, hey, I liked Coffee Talk. That was pretty good. Low ceiling, but also high floor. And then I picked Demon Tides, which is an indie game that a friend of the show, Too Mellow, worked on the music for.
Oh, nice.
And friend of Giant Bomb Aura Hack did the art for it. So 2 people I knew were making a game, and I was like, I hope they did a good job.
Is this insider trading if you go to them and be like, hey, is that coming out? Is that you're
No,
gonna
because
be
I picked it
releasing?
last year and it didn't come out. It got
Oh.
it got pushed all the way back. I resisted asking, even though I probably could have
Mhm.
gotten insider trading. I didn't. Look at my integrity.
You fool.
Mhm. And then what was your counter pick?
Splatoon Raiders, which currently is like they did a tease on it, but it is not. There's no information on an actual release date for it. So I had the second to last counter pick. A lot of my premium counter pick choices were all gone by the time I would have been able to pick. Mario Tennis Fever was already gone. Tomodachi Life was already gone. Were there any games that jumped out at you as like, what the heck was that pick?
Let's see. Let's scroll down the list here. There were a bunch that were like, that game's never going to see the light of day. Like they had unannounced mainline Half-Life game, which had a very high hype factor. So it would get you a lot of points if it does come out, but it's never going to.
Fable.
There.
Someone drafted
Oh yeah,
Fable.
Fable. That was the
Fable.
big one. There was rumors. I don't know how recently. Who did this? Reki drafted
Becky.
it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not coming out. I don't know what to. I don't know why you would try and draft that, but maybe if it does come out, it'll be a big win. So we'll see. Slag, one of our listeners on the Discord, went in and drafted like all their slots already,
Yeah.
which
Most
is
of
a
these games
bold
are
move.
unannounced. We've got like
Yeah,
Pony Island 2, Panda Circus. I don't think that's coming out.
That
yeah,
doesn't
I don't
sound
know
real.
about any of these.
Residence, A
Uh,
Plague Tale Legacy. That's not a real game.
mhm. Yeah,
Blood of Dawnwalker? No, that's not.
I don't know what any of these games are, but good luck to them. I hope it pays off.
First pick
Uh,
overall. Well, first pick was Grand Theft Auto 6, so Slag
yeah.
might actually win just on the power of that draft pick. But Persona 4 Revival, I think, was their second pick, and that game's not coming out. A lot of games that aren't
April
coming out, or maybe we're
April
wrong.
2026 or later estimated.
Or later.
Uh,
That's always good to see on an
yeah.
estimate. Somebody tack on an or later.
Could be later. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what's
Uh,
worse. What's worse, 2026 or later, or TBD?
I, they did say April, so maybe if it doesn't come out early April, it'll be late Like maybe it could
Sorry.
be pushed back to like November, and then it comes out right at the end, and you get a big bunch of points right at the tail end of it. But probably not.
Probably not.
I think betting on like an unannounced game is insane. Like that Half-Life game that no one knows anything about. That's terrifying. You should not bid on that. Unannounced mainline 3D Mario platformer. I think we would know by now if there was a Mario platformer coming out.
Good title.
Uh,
Unannounced mainline Mario
yeah.
I mean, someone drafted Pokemon Generation 10 unannounced.
Yeah.
Somebody had
They
to write in.
there are schedules for these things, and they will announce them before they release them.
Pokemon's release schedule very set. Like they have a
Yes.
system in place.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, it's very set, but they haven't announced the game yet. And sometimes Nintendo just goes like Nintendo Direct, and the game's out next week.
Right.
And so what happens is you end up with these feeding frenzies of people bidding on Nintendo games after
Not on
the
a
Direct.
mainline like release. They want the hype. They want people to be pre-ordering that shit. Like the one that I was looking at was the unannounced Final Fantasy 14 expansion, which knowing how they do their release schedule, I know it's not coming out this year. And I'm not going to bid on that cuz why would you? It's never going to happen.
Yeah. Well, we will follow this throughout the year. At the end of this show, actually, the next game we're playing is for the winner of last year's Community Fantasy Critic League. So look forward to that. You could see what our winner subjected us to. Maybe it's good. I don't know. I think that's what was kind of going on in the Discord. Was there anything else?
That's about covers it. I think we took the whole time slot.
Okay. Well,
to
my
do that.
my obsession of the week is tied into Planet Zoo, so I'm going to go ahead and just do this one. I went behind the scenes at a zoo.
Ooh,
Wow.
say more.
Yeah, for Christmas, I was gifted a penguin experience.
What?
Yes, I went to the Pueblo Zoo, Pueblo, Colorado. They are apparently the only zoo in Colorado that has a penguin experience. And I got to go into the back of the penguin exhibit and pet a penguin.
Oh, that was what your pictures were from. I didn't even think about the fact that you were just sitting there with a penguin
Yeah,
and how that was a weird thing to be doing.
Going around petting penguins on the wreck.
yeah.
There's a picture in the pet channel where Gino literally has two fingers on a penguin, which didn't occur to me that you can't normally do that at a zoo.
No, not even a small zoo. They usually don't let you pet the penguins. But I just loved that it was the Pet Pics channel on the Discord, and I was petting in the Pet Pics.
Mm-hmm.
That is not my pet, but I was petting.
Good
I'll probably change the name of that channel to just like animals or whatever.
Animals you own.
Yeah, so
Pet implies ownership.
I got to pet Quinn the penguin.
Oh,
Little 2-year-old penguin, very cute. He had to be distracted constantly with paper. He liked to play with paper. Penguin beaks, kind of horrifying up close, I will say. Very strong looking. Looks like it would suck to be bit by one. Yeah, they look like stone or something. It looks very strong.
Yeah, that's interesting.
They're very soft, very soft. They've got a waterproof layer of feathers and then some insulation underneath it. So like kind of downy feathers underneath. And so they were very soft to pet. It was also fun when Quinn would wiggle his feathers a little bit. You could see the little downy feathers underneath when he did that. Yeah, so it was a very fun experience. Got to go behind the zoo. I also got to see behind the scenes of the naked mole rat exhibit because it was right next to the penguin exhibit. So they had a tube system, kind of like gerbils, except it was all naked mole rats moving around in there in the tubes. That was kind of fun.
Mm.
Sounds
Um,
cool. I would murder everyone I've met, including both of you, to hug a manatee. I
Oh.
get it.
petting the penguins. I also got to see behind the scene. Have you ever seen like an African penguin exhibit at a zoo?
I don't
Yes. I mean,
know.
I've seen penguins in warm weather, so I'm assuming that's what they were.
Yeah, so that is generally what it is. Those little penguins, the warm weather habitats. They usually have a bunch of like hidey holes in the back for them to go
Mhm.
into, little hutches and stuff. Um, yeah, so seeing behind the scenes in that was kind of cool. Like
Hmm.
they were just a bunch of bins back there. They try to make it look like some natural rock formation or something, but in the back it's just like it was bins. Um,
Do they have like nests in the bins or?
Yeah, they have nested stuff. So
Okay.
in nature, what they do is they use a mixture of sand and poop to make
Mhm.
these actual burrows, and they're like, "Yeah, that's too gross." I don't.
Sand and poop, you say?
It didn't smell good, so we gave them
This
pre-made.
this thing that we could these plastic bins that we could clean and also have
Mhm.
easy access to check if they're laying eggs, because these penguins are part of a breeding program. So we need to keep track of the eggs and make sure everything's okay. Um, Another fun fact I learned: apparently, penguin poop dries to a hardness similar to cement in about 20
Holy
minutes.
shit.
My goodness.
Uh,
Okay.
so, so yeah, whenever Quinn would poop, it was like we need to deal with this right now.
If we don't, it
It's
will
permanent.
never come off.
If we
It is
don't, we
part of the
can't.
display. Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, that is how they build their nests. Is the poop plus sand becomes
Fascinating.
incredibly durable, and also foul smelling.
Yeah. Birds are
Can,
way smellier than you expect them to be.
They are.
you know, I just thought about it, and we're doing a zoo game, and Pete's fun fact was not about an animal, when 90% of them are.
And my fun
And
facts
I'm
are nothing but
mad.
animals.
Yeah, and I'm mad about that now.
Well, do you know what
So,
animals live on? The world.
oh,
Owned. You've been owned,
got me
Em.
there. Got me. All right. I'll take that
Speaking
on the
of
chin.
owning, Planet Zoo is a game about owning lots of animals and charging people to
Wow.
see them. Eh?
Killer segue, as always.
Um, Em, you picked this, so you explain what this is.
Planet Zoo is a simulation management building game where you are the manager of a zoo, perhaps many zoos. It is by Front Frontier Developments. It came out in 2019. They're the people who made Zoo Tycoon and Planet Coaster. Um, and if you have played any other management sim, this one's about doing that, but in a zoo. So if you played 2 Point Museum with us when we were playing that, uh, this is not going to offend your sensibilities. Uh, in that it has like aquariums instead of museums. I think this is the most pure zoo experience you can get. Uh, it is doing that.
It's Raw Uncut Zoo.
Mhm.
Um,
Hmm.
yeah, so if 2 Point Museum was a on-ramp for normal people to enjoy the management sim, I feel Planet Zoo is for the sickos
Oh,
and the
Yeah.
yeah.
freaks.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Planet Zoo allows you to do so much more zoo than 2 Point Museum allows you to do museum at a great cost,
Yes.
at a great and terrible cost. Uh, like 2 Point Museum, you are largely on rails. You're filling out your museum with exhibits. You have people who you have to train. You have to send them away to get exhibits. But fundamentally, it's a pretty small building that you're filling. Well, you can make bigger buildings, but you don't have to worry about things like, say, the topography of your museum, right? There's no
Yeah.
Z axis to be concerned with. There is simply X and Y.
There's no yaw control.
No, there's no yaw control.
There's yaw side. Let me look up what yaw is a second.
You don't have to worry about your museum degrading significantly in ways that you constantly have to upkeep. At least, like, your employees will handle it smartly in 2-Point Museum. You don't generally, depending on what museum you're running, you may or may not need to worry about things escaping.
I was constantly surprised how willing it seemed like my staff were to allow animals to starve to death.
Yep.
What
I figured that'd be like step one, like keep them fed.
Yeah.
You should keep your animals alive for your museum, I think.
Yeah,
It's a good starting point.
Like in 2-Point Museum, there were plants that wanted to be warm and watered, and if you put warmth and water near them, they largely were okay. And you occasionally needed to send someone to dust off your exhibits because people would jump on them, those monsters. But if you looked away for 5 minutes, things wouldn't spiral out of control. Planet Zoo begs the question, what if it did? What if it did spiral out of control? So, Pete, what was the mechanic that made you go, uh-oh, when playing Planet Zoo? Well, when did you become overwhelmed?
Yeah, I mean, well, like I said, I mean, animals were starving to death left and right, and I'm like, you have water, just drink your water. But the other one that got me a lot was I would forget to top my fences. So like, you can build fences almost as high as you want, but if you don't put non-climbing like fence toppers, those monkeys are getting out, bro. Like you can't stop them. And I would constantly forget to put tops on my fences.
Mm-hmm.
And what about you? What was the mechanic that made you go, uh-oh?
When I was doing I did like the story mode where you get a bunch of different zoos in a row, and you have to like fix them up. And when I got to one of them where it was like, okay, you need to now have like you have 12 species in your museum or your zoo. We're not doing museums anymore.
Nope.
Now you need 15. And I was like, uh-oh, how am I going to do that? It seems like it's taken up all the space on this map. And so I had to make the pens from scratch. And I was like, oh, God. Oh, no. Where am I going to put this for one? I need to have the animal so I know what the animal needs in the thing. But if I put them in there, then they're going to start degrading because that's how the game works. And the other thing was adopting animals does like the adoption menu does not have any sort of indication of what you already have inside your zoo, which seems like a very straightforward thing you would need to know. Because
you might want to know it.
Yeah, if I have like, I don't know, something that requires only one of them be in the pen, and I am going to buy another one, I have a problem now. And some of them can't be sold once you've bought them because maybe they were a pet that someone bought and then they had to relinquish it because it's a fucking zoo animal. And so you are now restricted and you have to just keep that animal basically forever inside your like holding area or whatever
in a box
they call it.
In the back.
You keep it in a box in the back and it doesn't degrade while it's back there, but it isn't gaining you anything. You spend money to buy it. Yeah, there's I have some things to mention about this game. I have some concerns.
Bold of you to think Planet Zoo would tell you something.
Yeah. I was in the tutorial missions. They were giving me like steps to do things, and then they were like, all right, now to finish it out, you got to do the rest of it. And I was like, whoa, holy shit.
Yeah, so I had 2 points. 2 points where I was blown away.
2-Point Museum.
Exactly. At first, there was a mission in one of the story missions where it was like turn off stackability, which is a setting. Sometimes if you're placing structures, it will try to snap the object to the top of another object instead of placing something inside of it, even though there's some structures that are like coverings and then you put another structure inside. If you don't turn off stacking, it will just put your let's say, for example, instead of having this nice facade and then putting your keeper's hutch inside of that facade, it'll just put it right on top, which you can do, and then you can build like a vertical pathway to get into this now elevated structure. But the button for stacking, I tried clicking on the facade, and that didn't have a button to turn off stacking. And then I clicked on the thing I was trying to place, and that didn't have a button to turn on stacking. I needed to create a group of the two, and then I could turn off stacking. And I was like, how the hell did you expect me to control click all of these things and tag them together? And it was like, oh yeah, just press this button. And the UI was pointing to a button that didn't exist.
Cool.
Because I wasn't in the right submenu.
Nice.
Despite none of the submenu buttons actually revealing that button, I needed to make like 2 other button presses to reveal this button. So that was one thing. The other thing was trying to build like a nice tight. Oh no. The other time was when I had animals, and inbreeding became a threat.
Yeah.
My damn taper Susan just wouldn't stop almost inbreeding.
That lush.
Just constantly. And like every 5 seconds, it's like, Susan's going to do it.
And Gino would be like, hold on, let me zoom in. So I can
Don't make
watch.
her do it.
And it was like, damn it, that's your cousin, Susan. Leave him alone.
Damn it, Susan.
And you need to put Susan in a box. And then you let her out of the box because it's an exhibit. And it's like, guess what she's up to again? It's like, what, do I need to build? Do I need to send you away, Susan?
You can give her contraception.
Yeah, you can. And that's also weird.
Yeah.
That's not really a solution here. But...
So just to like go into how Byzantine these menus are, this is, if 2 Point Museum was like a fun romp for most of it, and you felt like you were getting a handle of how to do these museums in an organic way, this game, you walk into the museum and then it jumps you. It's like, welcome to the gang.
We're gonna keep fucking that up.
Did either of you accidentally turn on vertical pathing? Or like making paths?
I had one situation kind of similar to what you're talking about, where I had to make like, those like one like cube squares that you can put like a snake into. What do they call those? They're like an attraction.
Terrarium.
Exhibits. Oh.
Yeah. Terrarium. I had to put one of those down, but I couldn't find a place to put it. I was trying to put it on my pathways, and I couldn't put it there because those are pathways, and you can't put
animals
like animals exhibits into the path. So instead, I had to like make it so that there was a floating, because it was a raised pathway. I was in the monkeys map, and it was on a raised platform, and so I had to like do the vertical controls to get it to the same level, and then I had to like put it in a spot that wasn't in another exhibit, because if I put it into another exhibit, that would cause a bunch of problems. And then I had to path to it, and I was like, this would be so much easier if it was just like one flat thing, Like, why do I need so much control is my question.
The reason is for just true marvels of engineering, which you can find on YouTube, not by us, but by other people. I feel like this game is for someone who wants a life-size replica of like the U.S. Railroad, and they have enough erector sets and model trains to make that happen. This is for them, because you can make like a subterranean museum. You can have a museum that goes up in sorry, not museum, zoo. You can have a zoo that goes up into the sky if you want. You can have an entire subterranean system where all of your employees go, because people don't like seeing the employees or where the employee structures are. So you can bury those underground.
Oh my god, it's such a pain in the ass.
Not to get too far off topic, but I got so many notifications when I was like looking, I'm like, all right, like what are my visitors mad at? And they were all just, bro, I came to look at animals, not your employees. I'm like, close your eyes, man. Like I got to put these buildings somewhere. Go to a different zoo. I don't care. I was getting so annoyed.
Had you considered that if you created some sort of subterranean structure and employed a series of mole people, that they would have no complaints?
No, I didn't at all. That's user error. Now that I think about it.
I mean, you have another option. You can also create a sky folk that live above all of these rabble and go down to take care of the animals.
Can I tell you my favorite video that someone did? I posted this like a day after we decided we were doing this game. It is it's set to music. It's King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. And then it's following a very long train ride. You go up a very long like spiral staircase, and at the top it is like one frog. And at the start it says like, come and see him. And that's my favorite thing that I did not know was from this game. But I was very entertained to learn that was from here.
That's pretty good.
The amount of freedom that this game has allows you to do absolute lunatic shit like that, right? Like you can build this elaborate structures. You can set up trains. You can set up ways to move people around your park. You can set up stacked exhibits. There's all of the Roller Coaster Tycoon and Zoo Tycoon style concessions. You can have about income.
You even have to like pick the signage. Your concession stands. Like if you build a
oh my god,
what was the fascist burger joint? Burger Badge?
Yeah, I think so.
If you build a fascist burger badge, they don't just put the sign on there for you. You have to pick your sign.
It's wild. It's if you build a like food stand, that does not determine what the stand is. It doesn't decide the exterior for you. You need to put an exterior around the box. That is your food stand.
Yeah, and then you have to deal with the finicky stacking mechanics because it had to handle. Well, some people want to put the monkeys on top of the food stand, so we need to handle that. So
why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, why didn't you?
That would solve so many problems.
I just put the monkeys on top.
See, why don't we build a zoo that's all vertically stacked upon the food stand and has a series of conveyors that get people to see the exhibits on top of it? See, but you could probably do that, right? And so it's an incredibly powerful tool set. It's just the work of a lunatic. It's got so much complexity. You need to have power to all of your buildings. You need a series of generators and solar panels, and they need to overlap with the things you need to power. And there's a subgrid that shows you the layout of electricity. Then you've got water that you need to be able to send, and filters so that your water doesn't get too gross. And so you need to make sure that there's water there, and the water needs to be connected to paths so that maintenance people can get to it to fix your water filters. It's a nightmare. Everything in this game is a Byzantine nightmare to get basic functionality to work. It's got so many menus.
This is what it's like to run a zoo. All right, this is what it costs to give you that penguin experience.
I don't want to know the nitty-gritty details of what goes into a zoo. I want to have a a guided tour of now I feel like I've made a zoo.
No.
Having
No.
gone behind the scenes at the penguin exhibit, I saw the 4 pumps. It wasn't like this, Pete.
I don't need
saw.
to know where the poop goes. I don't need to know how they clean up the zoo.
Let me tell you, it was pretty cool to see where the turtles go when it's cold out. They
Oh.
have like a whole indoor section for the turtles so that the tortoises don't freeze to
Oh.
death. So I saw a tortoise in a sink getting a little soak.
What's it doing? A little dance?
It was kinda.
Oh.
It was pretty happy. There were 2 tortoises in there, and they were pretty stoked about getting a little soak.
And you know what got you that? Menus. Menus
Fuck.
upon menus.
Oh man, just getting basic pens like to close, right? To go like from one side of a
Oh my
door
God.
to make a circle and connect to the other door is it's so much more difficult than it needs to be. This game, it doesn't do neat fitting very well. Like if you have an oddly shaped pen, it does not like that at all. It also doesn't do like click and drag to build structures. You have to set a structure length from like 1 to 3, and then it will make 1 length of wall or 2 or 3 lengths of wall, and then you just need to click over and over and over again. Other games just would let you click and drag, and then you'd stop, and then it would draw in the wall. Not how this works. It is painstaking. Sometimes the bits of wall will not connect nicely to the entrance to your pen. All of the pen walls have different strengths. So, like, if you put the wrong wall, like an elephant will just knock it down. Then you need to fix it. It's difficult. It is difficult to maneuver this game in a way. It is one of the most off-putting UI experiences that I've had to deal with. And I was told by people on the Discord that this is what management sim people have learned to accept. And boy, those poor people.
Not only have they accepted it, this is like the pinnacle of this genre right now.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's true. Um, yeah, I've played also by the same developer. I put about 40 hours into Jurassic World Evolution 2, which has basically all the same like things that you're doing, but it's Jurassic Park.
Oh.
And they've solved like all of these problems somehow in this other game that is, a little bit more like, I don't know, maybe not goofy, but it's dinosaurs. So you take what you get with it.
You create some sort of sky city for the dinosaurs, though?
I don't think so. I
Oh,
don't
they
think
gave
there's
up
any
on that.
verticality. But you do make your paths, and they seem to work pretty well in that game. You do have to keep your dinosaurs healthy. They have like their comfort level and their health level, and they can get diseases and stuff like that. And you can switch into a like overlay where you can see like this area of my park needs food, and this doesn't have a fucking emergency shelter for when the dinosaurs escape.
Yeah, no. I mean, they're going to. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jurassic Park, so they had to build in the dinosaurs getting out. But then, like, it's simplified to the point where I'm like, okay, I understand how to do this. It's very easy to like make a pen, and I can divide it up how I like, and I can put a like car that goes through it. And I'm not like looking at these menus and being like, oh my God, what is happening here? Because that's what you kind of get with this.
Planet Zoo. Planet
Yes.
Zoo, it gives you tremendous power, and as Uncle Ben said in Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility and many headaches.
Yeah.
And
Can I
Yep.
go ahead? You could finish your thought.
No, it's just this game. It is amazing what you can do, and I am glad it is there for the people who will do it, and that
Yes.
isn't me.
I would like to talk about my favorite, and by favorite, there is an asterisk next to that.
Of course.
Element to the menus. I want to talk about that bottom bar that you can see on when you're looking around, because you've got several buttons at the bottom. So in the middle you have barriers, habitat, nature, facilities, construction, and blueprints. And these are not interconnected menus. If you are building a habitat, you will need to put the barriers in, and then you need to switch into another menu to get like trees into it. And if you want to put like a little playpen thing in there, you got to go into construction and build it yourself, or you go into blueprints and you make it from a pre-made thing. And the fact that these are like bespoke options on this menu is bizarre, for one, because very often I would need to, like, I'm making my thing. I'm like, you know what? I want to build out the barrier a little bit more. I want to expand this so I can fit whatever, like another house thing into here. And so I would have to like switch into another menu, and then it doesn't remember your location in the other one. So
Why would it?
why would it? Why would you want that? So I would have to like do the thing, remember what I'm doing, and then navigate to where I was before. And it's like it could be like nested inside one like building menu, which every other game in this genre I think would do. If they're not made for absolute sickos who want like the nitty grittiest, most detailed zoos they can make. Uh, it's just so much simpler. There are such complex things that they do here that 90% of players are not going to need. And the fact that they are appealing to like this very niche demographic hurts it in the long run, I think.
What do you
Yeah.
think? Like, if you're like a top tier competitive Planet Zoo player, like
Yes.
if you're at the top of the leaderboard,
Okay.
what do you think your like actions per minute is? Like, are we approaching
Jesus.
like StarCraft levels with like people
Probably.
with like this? I can't do it. I
Probably.
can't live that life.
I mean,
That's scary.
this is a game that was made for the, like, how do I even put that? It's like making a consumer car that can only ever be driven by race car drivers.
Uh-huh. You
like, oh, yeah.
technically could drive it. If you
Yeah.
had to, you could drive it. But at what cost?
I mean, you could drive it. Just know that you would instantly crash. The car would also explode. You would tear every gear apart. You would kill everyone you love the first time you take off with it.
Whoa.
And look, you're not going to drive that car well. I'm sorry.
I think I could do it.
It would crash. It would be bad.
I think I could do it. I
Just
think
know
it'll
that
be
the roll
fine.
cage. The roll
I
cage
just
would
wanted some
probably save you.
hippos. You know, I just wanted some hippos, and they made it
Yeah.
too much trouble.
No, that's the other thing is like some animals are easier to maintain than others, which means you have to interact with fewer of these systems. You know, like if you pick an animal that lives in a dry, arid environment, you're not going to have to worry as much about water filtration and stuff like that. You could just keep those animals. But the animals that need a big old water pool or something, they're going to be tough. They're going to be annoying to deal with in this game.
They're dying for you to put in peacocks. Like every museum in the world wants peacocks, apparently.
Peacocks are good.
They're fine. I've got no issues with them. I'm just like, how many do I need?
A lot.
All of them. They should be roaming the roads.
I feel like most zoos I encounter have 3 animals every time. And tell me if this is your experience as well. First one, African penguins. They just give you those when you start a zoo. They give you those. They also give you meerkats.
Yes.
It's like a starter
I can agree
bundle.
with that. Mm-hmm.
And then poison dart frogs.
Yeah. I mean, what more do you want to see?
Yeah, that's a zoo. I mean, that's the zoo, Gino. You've described a zoo.
I know. I'm just saying. I think every zoo has those three. Like you'd think the other animals. There's some other animals that a lot of zoos have, but those ones I don't know that I've been to a zoo without them. And I like that. It is odd to me that one of the starter animals is a poisonous frog that could kill you.
Mm-hmm.
But every zoo
looks
seems to have
pretty.
like handfuls of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're so tiny.
Maybe.
They're just like, we barely have to feed these things anything. Like, just toss
Yeah,
one
it's
in there.
probably easy to breed these, I think.
Probably. That's probably
Because meerkats are large quantities. Penguins probably are fine. And I don't see any reason poison dart frogs wouldn't be easy to breed. So
you just need to
it's
keep them
probably
humid
just
in a little
yeah.
terrarium.
Yeah. It's ease of entry.
Do we have any other Planet Zoo factoids or things we wanted to go over with the zoo? Pete, I think you wanted to discuss zoos as a concept.
I do. Before I get to that, though, I wanted to raise another point, sort of related, actually. So I talked when we were playing Planet Museum. I forgot what it's called now.
2-Point Museum.
2-Point Museum. That, like, despite my seeming Marxist bona fides, Planet Zoo, oh man, I keep doing it. 2-Point Museum sort of forced me into an instance where, like, look, I need to exploit my workers if I want to succeed. That just is what it is. And Planet Zoo does that. But then it also says to me, but now you also have animals to exploit. Wouldn't you like to exploit nature as a standing resource and commodity? And I said, yes, indeed I would. What's the least happy I can make these animals and still have people show up to my zoo and pass my inspections? It's just not a good impulse. That's not how I should live.
How low?
What was
Oh,
the answer?
you can make them very unhappy.
Yeah.
You do not have to be that concerned about it.
Young man, if you'll pay me $20, you can hunt this cheetah.
Okay, but hold on. I'm looking at the Steam page and there's like trailers for it. And I do see people with picket signs here. Will people start to protest if your animals are unhappy?
Oh, I don't know.
They will. They will. But to that, I have an answer. The protesters are a solution to the first problem of my cheetah being unhappy.
Uh-huh.
If we work this out right, you can make the cheetah a lot happier and get rid of the protesters with one weird trick.
Interesting.
I see what you're building here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just imagining your zoo, Pete, being like the zoo that Michael Jordan was supposed to be in if he lost in Space Jam.
Yeah. I tried, this is after a while, and I was like, I'm just going to try to do things. And I was like, all right, what if I made a zoo panopticon?
Oh, no.
I just pretended all the animals were inmates, which they kind of are, and I just had a central hub that I just built cages around and let my patrons walk in a circle. It wasn't very popular.
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
In the Jurassic Park game, there is a map that is basically that, except you're doing it with the the dinosaurs.
Nice.
Yeah. And they seem fine with it.
They're dinosaurs. They got tiny little brains. Stegosaurus needed 2 brains just to work its legs.
Oh. All right.
But yeah, wait. I mean, where we started with this is just generally I think this raises the question: should zoos exist? In the same way that when we played Prison Architect, we all came down pretty firmly on the side of no, this game and probably these institutions shouldn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I just feel like zoos shouldn't be around anymore. Personally, I think that's much less. I don't want to phrase this. I think if you support the American carceral system, it's a much bigger problem than if you support the American zoo system. But I also just don't think we should have zoos.
As someone who went to a zoo literally yesterday and pet a penguin, let me tell you, zoos are great.
Okay.
Zoos, look, you need to make it so that kids appreciate nature and have a vested stake in the continuation of nature and its many creatures. And Zoos are a way to do that. Zoos get young people interfacing with animals and understanding the wondrous splendor of this world that we live on.
Yeah,
Um,
Gino, and this is a popular argument and one
uh-huh.
I do think is reasonable. I'm not arguing with it necessarily. I just think the negatives outweigh the positives.
That's fair, but have you considered that penguins are soft and fun to pet?
Now, like I said, I would murder everyone I knew to hug a manatee. And if like having a zoo is the cost I pay for that, I probably would.
I have
Exactly.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Do you feel as if this game has made you appreciate animals more? Uh, or have you turned into a monster who views animals as a means to an end?
I just I just view animals as a series of sliders that I have to
Yes.
maximize.
You're right. That is what this game is.
This game really didn't change my opinion of animals at all. It did change my opinion of graphic designers, though.
Mm.
I now realize they
Say
are
more.
essential.
Yes.
And if you do not have people who are UI designers and UX designers, this is what happens. You get Planet Zoo, and someone says, "How do I make this object fit inside this other object?" And then you have to summon a guy named Craig who tells you, oh, you need to go 12 deep into this menu. Why don't you just understand that? And that's the worst.
You know that?
Yeah,
It's obvious.
who did they go during the design process and they were like, "Look, we're designing this hot dog stand. How many sign options do you think it should have for the player?" And they're like, "I don't know, like 5." Does that feel like
How
a
many
reasonable amount?
how many menus would you like to interact every time you have to build a hot dog stand? Should it be more than 3?
Is it single or double digits?
Yeah.
Is the if the answer was more than one, how excited would you be?
Mm.
What were the focus groups? Do you think
So,
everybody was like 1 and then some like some weirdo was just like 24 and they were like,
Yeah.
"Well, we'll just average it
We'll
out."
average it. Yeah.
I mean, I assume it was something like they gave this survey to 500 people who had played Zoo Tycoon for 1,000 hours, and anyone who gave an answer who hadn't put 1,000 hours into Zoo Tycoon, they just threw that away. They weren't a
They
real
don't
fan.
they don't know what they're talking about. They don't
Mhm.
have the hours.
They don't know about
Yeah.
tycoons or zoos. This
Amateurs.
is a planet for the Zoo Tycoons.
Yeah. I do think that this game is gorgeous in that it's very nice to look at things
It
that are
is.
going on in your zoo.
Mhm.
Like I like the we didn't talk about the well we did. We mentioned how the people character customization uh has some weird choices for
Oh yeah.
options.
Yeah, if you
Um
pick a lady, if you pick a skinny person, you have more avatar options than if you pick a heavyset person. Like you have
yeah,
fewer haircuts, you have fewer outfits. It's wild.
bizarre choice there. But as far as looking at the people goes, they're they're caricatures, but they look pretty good. The
Mhm.
animals all look very good. You can make some very nice scenery if you are willing to put in, you know, X amount of hours into making the scenery look nice.
Mhm.
Uh,
And like all the
but
best tycoon games, you can zoom in more or less
yes,
infinitely.
yep,
And it
you could
looks
be
good
right up
when you zoom
on
in.
like your giraffe. Uh,
Right up on your giraffe.
yeah.
And another thing I just want to call out, I miss the dry witticisms of Two Point Museum.
Oh
The
yeah.
dry humor. This game in Planet Zoo, when they try to make jokes, it does not land.
No.
I don't even remember any.
The
In story mode, they do. I don't know if.
I know they did. I didn't even like
uh,
bother attending
Oh,
to them.
yeah, exactly.
yeah. They tried to kind of like get the same, not like jokes that they have throughout Two Point Museum, but they try to have the same rapport that you kind of get in Two Point Museum. Uh, but they have like no personality to it. It feels very technical. which is
Yeah.
rough.
It definitely does.
Yep.
So with that, I think we've covered the game part, or at least the part where we talk about the game. But I've got a game for you.
Woohoo.
Welcome to Gino's Animal Facts Game Show.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Pete's
Yeah,
gonna be good at this.
We weren't
Maybe.
sure, if we'd have enough things to talk about with Planet Zoo, and so I made a little quiz, a little 20-question quiz, to see if you know your animals that are featured in Planet Zoo.
Oh, good. All right.
Yeah, so these are all animals that you could have purchased and then, left in a crate in the back of your zoo. I have 20 questions here. I have I have a column for Pete, a column for M on whether you get these questions right. Let's go ahead and flip a coin.
20 sounds like so many questions.
It does,
multiple choice.
No. There's one answer.
No. Okay.
No, you just need to know. I'm going to ask you a question. It will have an animal that is the answer. If you get it, you get a point. If you don't get it, you don't get a point, and the other person gets a chance to steal. If neither of you get it, you don't get points. At the end, we'll see who knows the most about animals.
Sounds like a
I have another question.
Yes.
Do we have to know the technical name that they use in the game,
Yes.
or if it's shit?
Binomial nomenclature, genus and species in the Latin.
No, I will allow a.
Did I just say elephant, or do I have to say African elephant or whatever?
You can say elephant. I will allow it.
Okay.
Though I will say I have the full name written down, so I will know if you half-assed it. Our listeners might not.
Okay.
All right. In the spirit of fairness, I'm just going to give first go to M. You go first.
Yay.
Animal question. First up, we've got: what animal can dig at a rate of 8 feet per minute in pursuit of termites and ants? What animal can dig at a rate of 8 feet per minute in pursuit of termites and ants?
I think my gut says anteater, but it might be a pangolin. I have to pick one, I assume.
You do.
Shit.
I'll just name 20 animals and just hope one is.
I'm gonna go with the obvious answer and say the anteater.
No, Pete.
Fuck.
Chance to steal.
I'm going to say a meerkat.
Also wrong. Aardvark.
God damn it!
Can't
Is
make
that not
animals, Gino?
Sorry,
is that not a anteater?
No, it is the first word in the dictionary and is not anteater. And it was the correct answer. Aardvark.
That can't be true.
It is true. They dig real fast. They are a relative of the anteater, but they are not an anteater.
I never saw Arthur dig once. I'm just saying.
It happens when you're not looking.
Oh my god, it is the first word in the English dictionary.
It is. All right, next question. Pete, your turn to go first.
What
large pack animal have a symbiotic relationship with oxpeckers?
I want to say ox, but I feel like it's not a zoo animal. Let's go wildebeest.
No. Your chance to steal.
Oh shit, that wasn't it? Okay. Shit, I still want to say wildebeest. Fuck. Shit. Straining my brain. Rhinoceros.
We got 19 more of these to go.
Nope, it was the African buffalo.
God damn it.
That's a wildebeest.
Different animal, sorry.
You son of a bitch.
What animal is known to perform funerals and revisit the site of fallen family members, M?
Oh,
elephant.
Come on.
Yep. M got it.
Free. That was free.
That was free.
I gave you some easy ones. There are some easy ones in here. M, you still have it. What large predators are known for carrying their prey into trees after killing them to avoid scavengers?
Leopards?
Correct. African leopard. M's on a streak. Charles Darwin petitioned for what animal to be legally protected in 1874?
Wait, who's up?
M still.
I think it's still me. What?
Charles Darwin petitioned for what animal to be legally protected in 1874?
Tortoise?
Good guess.
Yes,
Holy shit!
the Aldabra tortoise. Okay, M, next question. What insect can inject venom from specially modified feet?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
This is the thing in this game?
Yes,
Are there insects in this game?
there are.
From their feet? That's
Yeah.
scary. Centipede.
Yes, the Amazonian giant centipede.
That was the only insect I could remember in this game.
Now I just want M to get all of them. This is wild.
Next question. What animal's baby is known as a red dog until it reaches maturity?
A red dog. What baby is? I don't think I'm gonna get this one. I'm gonna pass, I think.
Pass.
Just name an animal, and it's the
All
same
right.
as passing.
Okay. Shit. What's an animal? Meerkat.
Oh, not a meerkat.
Dang.
Eat.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess hyena.
No, the
Oh,
American
good
bison.
guess. What?
Yeah,
That's
bison.
not a dog at all.
It's not,
Yeah.
but they have red fur when they're babies.
Oh.
What Central American mammal communicates via a range of whistles of different pitches and durations? Eat.
Central America. Armadillo.
No. M.
Is this a meerkat?
No, those are African.
All right.
It's a tapir.
They can whistle? That's
Yeah, that's
crazy.
They got that big nose.
Okay, M. What animal largely hunts at dusk and dawn using large stripes to help them hide in the shadows of tall grass?
What's the one with the stripes? Fuck.
What's
What's
the one
name
with
an
the
animal? Name an animal.
Name an animal, M.
Hyena.
No, those don't have stripes. Pete?
It's a tiger.
Yeah, it's a Bengal tiger.
I
What's the
I
one with the
I
stripe?
completely forgot what a tiger was called.
What's the one with the stripes? Hyena?
That was me folding. That was not an actual guess.
I don't know, crocodile?
Keep going.
Okay, Pete, you got it. So next question. What animal is known as the world's largest pollinator because of its mutualistic relationship with the traveler's tree?
Animal, you say?
Animal, yep.
World's largest pollinator?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I don't know. We already did elephant. I don't think it's twice. A giraffe?
No. M, your chance.
So it's an animal and not a bird.
Yes, it is I will. It is not a bird. I will say. I'll
Okay.
give you that hint.
Okay.
I don't think it'll get you any closer.
Probably not. What was the name of the tree?
The traveler's tree.
Like that's gonna be the clue.
Baboon.
Yes.
I don't know.
No, but closer. The black and white ruffed lemur.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. Can't believe
All
I
right,
did that
M,
one.
you're up again.
Okay.
What mammal is known to trade sex for food or favors, as well as use sex to solve conflicts and deepen relationships?
I know this one.
Is this the hyena?
No.
Good fin.
Good guess. Good guess. The bonobo.
Yes.
Oh,
It is the bonobo.
I knew that too. I think that was a fun fact a while back.
I'm sure there's been a bonobo fun fact.
There was a bonobo fun fact. I wasn't sure if it was that. Pete, this is for you. What animal can defend itself by flicking tiny abdominal hairs at an intruder, causing itching and irritation?
Tarantula.
Yep. Specifically the Brazilian salmon pink tarantula.
I didn't think I had to say that. I mean, I could have. If you
It was
wanted me to.
obvious.
Yeah.
Okay, Pete, again. What mammal is so anxious that in captivity it is often assigned a dog companion to play with?
Cheetah.
That is
Damn it.
correct. Next question, Pete. What animal has keratin scales that it uses for defense in addition to producing a stinky fluid from a gland at the base of its tail?
That's probably an armadillo.
No. Your turn to steal.
Say it again.
What animal has keratin scales that it uses for defense in addition to producing a stinky fluid from a gland at the base of its tail?
Is this a pangolin?
Yes.
Oh,
Good one.
Chinese pangolin.
I
Good
didn't know
pull.
that it produced a stinky smell.
I know. That's why I went with that fun fact. I wanted to say stinky fluid.
I see.
Next question, M. This is you. What animal has a sense of smell strong enough to detect bulbs 2 to 3 inches below the surface of the ground?
Is this some kind of boar?
I'm going to need a name.
Uh,
Is boar?
I said boar.
No. Pete.
Warthog?
No. The peccary.
What is a
Oh,
peccary?
It's a Southern American and also Mexican pig
God damn it!
sort of thing. You were close. It's a peccary.
If it had been a javelina, I would have known.
Yeah, it's a different sort of pig thing.
Yeah.
What question are we on? What number is
We're
this?
on question 16. Only
Okay.
5 more questions, including this one.
Wait, what's the score?
Currently,
No,
the
don't
score is-
don't tell us.
All right,
I want it to be a surprise at the end.
Okay. Pete, this question's for you. What reptile does not flee from human approach, instead remaining motionless and blending in with their environment, while they have an incredibly venomous bite?
Is snake insufficient?
You need to name the type.
Rattlesnake?
No. M?
Okay, so this is a snake because you had to name a type. It has a poisonous bite.
Does and fears no man.
And fears no man. Is this a cobra?
No, it is a common death adder, an incredibly venomous snake from Australia. It's a huge problem because it doesn't move, it doesn't run.
Because it fears
Oh.
no man.
Yeah.
But yeah,
should
it killed
teach it to
people
fear
super
man.
dead before we figured out antivenom.
Wow.
What animal lays the largest egg in the world? This is for M.
Ostrich.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, M. What reptile is polygamous, with one male defending a territory where he and several females live, and they also move on land by sliding on their bellies?
Crocodile?
Ooh, close, but no.
Shit.
Eat.
I'm going to assume alligator then.
Also no. Gharial.
Oh, yeah, I had a bunch of those.
Those long mouthed relatives of the crocodile. They're funny looking. And their legs are so underdeveloped that they can't really walk so good. Okay, Pete, here we go. What bug, also known as a litter bug, is found in the eucalypt forests of northern Queensland?
The Goliath beetle.
Nope. M?
Oh.
Moron. Nope.
Cockroach?
I'm going to allow that. Giant burrowing cockroach, correct.
Ooh.
Okay, last question here for you. What adorable, distant relative of the raccoon wraps its tail around its body to stay warm while sleeping in its chilly mountain habitat?
Red panda?
Correct.
Whoa!
I think it's pretty clear that M won this one. I don't think it's even close.
So the score at
That was crazy.
8-4. M
Whoa.
doubling up Pete.
Man.
Wow.
I got wrecked.
You have
A lot of those were guesses.
you have won the title of Animal Fact Knower.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we have to switch now. I'll do the Discord report from now on.
You'll have to look at the Discord.
Hey, bad news, Pete. You have to look at the Discord to do the Discord.
Horrible. Never mind.
The Mistress of Games is now the Mistress of Animal Facts as well.
Woohoo!
Did we have a good time?
Yes.
Oh, that was
It's a
fun.
good game. It's a good game.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Speaking of good games, it's time to announce what game we're playing next. And it would appear that Loam Life, our winner of our Fantasy Game Critic League, was kind and merciful. He picked for us to play 1000X Resist.
Oh,
Okay.
this is has been on my list for a long time.
Yeah. So next game we are playing 1000X Resist or 1000 times Resist. It's written X.
What are we talking here? Give me like a one-sentence synopsis.
The only thing that I know about it is it's like a futuristic kind of Persona looking in its art style.
Okay.
And I know that there are ladies that are in a very strange like, well, you can see in the trailer they're stabbing each other. So
It's
it's
a
probably gonna
Peabody
get
winner?
gay.
Oh, it's a Peabody
Oh.
winner. Interesting.
It is a thrilling.
Huh.
The description says it is a thrilling sci-fi adventure. The year is unknown, and a disease spread by an alien invasion keeps you underground. You are a watcher. You dutifully fulfill your purpose in serving the All Mother until the day you discover a shocking secret that changes everything.
Ooh, I'm on board with
Nice.
this.
Yeah. So thank you,
All right.
thank you for not cursing us with something awful. This appears to be a good game that we probably should have covered anyway. So thank you.
Yeah,
This
sure.
was, I think, on the short list for the longest time, and I kept going, maybe sometime soon, and then I never picked it. So thanks for getting it off there.
Yeah. All right. Well, that'll do it for Planet Zoo. Next up, 1000X Resist. Thank you, Pete.
Yeah. This is a good one to talk about, actually. We had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, M.
Thank you. Planet Zoo was probably worth the $5 we paid for it on Steam sale. I probably wouldn't buy it at $45 that it goes for regularly.
I mean, if you amortize that out like on a per menu cost, you're getting an incredible
that's
deal.
true.
You're getting so many menus per dollar.
Yeah.
And thank you, dear listeners. Reminder, you can get in touch with the show, deeplistenspodcast@gmail.com, deeplistens.lidsoon.com. That's where we have our podcast and our comment sections. You can support the show on patreon.com/deeplistens, and you can find us on social media at deeplistenspodcast.bluesky.social. Till next time, peace.
Break it down.